Moldova is a small country in Eastern Europe. It is located between Romania and Ukraine, and has a land area of 33,850 square kilometers, 13,587 square miles. It's slightly larger than Belgium or the state of Maryland in the US. While its population of 3.5 million people is roughly equivalent to that of Miami-Dade County. Moldova's capital city is Chisinau, which also serves as its largest city by population at just over 500,000 people. In addition to being one of Europe's smallest countries by territory size, it spans only about 100 miles along its eastern border with Romania. Moldova also has some remarkable natural wonders within its borders that make it worth exploring if you're looking for somewhere new to visit. Moldova is a land of outstanding natural beauty. About 75% of Moldova's land is devoted to agriculture or forested areas, and only about 20% is arable for crops. Most people live in rural areas, near rivers and lakes where they grow fruits and vegetables as well as dairy products such as cheese and yogurt. You can find many forests in Moldova, which represent a significant part of the county's territory, about 33%. Coniferous trees are dominant here: pine, fir, and spruce. The largest forested areas are located in the southern part of Moldova. The forests provide shelter for wild animals such as deer, roe deer, and boar. They also produce wood and other natural resources that are essential for people living here. Moldova recently adopted an environmental policy which aims at making Moldova cleaner and greener by encouraging citizens to recycle waste materials from homes or businesses instead of dumping them into sewage systems. The National Park Nistru has been established in order to protect the unique ecosystem of the Danube Delta. It is one of Europe's largest wetland areas, and it's also an important area for conservation of biological diversity with a wide variety of habitats and plant species. The delta is a natural habitat for many different species of animals, including many birds, including barn swallow, butterflies, dragonflies, and other insects. There are various types of fish living in these waters such as carp or trout. There are even populations of saltwater crocodiles. The forest from Dealul Cornesti is an important area for many wild animals living there. They use this land to live, eat, and sleep. The forest is also an important place to people who want to visit or photograph them. The forest has been designated as a protected area for 5 years now, and it has been declared as part of Moldova's natural heritage because it contains interesting plants, trees, and flowers that can be seen only in this particular region of Moldova. The Gagauzi Reserve is a priority area for conservation of biological diversity with a wide variety of habitats and plant species. It was established in order to protect the unique ecosystem of the Danube Delta, which includes more than 400 species of birds, plants, and animals that have been declared endangered, rare, or vulnerable. The reserve covers an area of over 5,000 hectares, and it's located near Tiraspol, the capital city of Transnistria. Moldova is a wine-producing country, with over 200 wineries. The Moldovan winemaking tradition dates back to the 17th century, and it has become very popular in Europe. One of the best-known wines from this region is called Moldova Dry, or Martini. This drink can be found in any bar or restaurant around the city, but if you want to try something different than just beer, then look for an organic farmhouse brewery where they make traditional drinks like beer or mead. Moldovan wines have won international awards and are praised by connoisseurs all over the world because they are cheap, delicious, and easy to find on any supermarket shelf. You may be surprised to learn that Moldova produces several varieties of red wine. Red wines are made from grapes, while white wines are fermented in oak barrels. The best way to enjoy these types of wines is with carp with polenta or meat stew. Another popular beverage in Moldova is beer, which is often enjoyed at local pubs and restaurants along with carp with polenta or meat stew. There are many different kinds of beer, including red and white wines. There's also a large variety of spirits to choose from. Vodka, cognac, and whiskey are among the most popular choices for locals to relax after a long day at work or school, or both. Moldova's culture is made up primarily of Romanian, Russian, and Ukrainian elements. As a result of this mix, there are many different languages spoken in the country, including Moldovan, a mix of Romanian and Russian, Ukrainian and Russian. The official language of Moldova is Romanian, however, Russian is spoken by a large minority in the country. It should also be noted that there are two nationalities living on this land: Ukrainians, who make up about 15% of Moldovans, and Russians, who make up about 20%. They speak their own languages at home but communicate with each other in both official languages when necessary for work or business dealings with other ethnic groups around them. In the last 20 years, there has been a revival of Moldovan traditions and folklore. This was inspired by the Romanian Revolution of 1989, in which many people fled Romania to escape communism. They brought with them their traditional culture, including dance, music, and crafts. The Ministry of Culture has played a significant role in preserving these traditions through education programs for young people. The national instrument of Moldova is ordner, a type of bagpipe. It is made of wood, leather, and animal skin. The bagpipe has been used in Moldova since the 18th century, and it is played at weddings and other celebrations. Moldova's culture is rich in both pre-Christian and Christian elements. Moldovan traditions have a long history, dating back to ancient times. The country has many customs and traditions that are unique to Moldova, often linked to specific regions or village locations. The most popular folk music of Moldova is known as Viorica, pronounced Viorica. This type of music is extremely popular among young people, especially girls who play it on their guitars during festivals or at parties where other kinds of music are being played too. Another type of folk dancing involves holding onto each other's hands while moving quickly around the floor. This dance can be done just by two people, but sometimes groups will join together for even more fun. Mainstream religious practices in the country are Orthodox Christianity and Judaism. The majority of Moldova's population adheres to Orthodox Christianity, while the Jewish community is small but active. Religious tolerance in Moldova has long been an integral part of its culture, with religious practices being encouraged by state institutions and laws. In fact, you can find many churches throughout the country that were built by donors or private citizens with no government funds. Moldovan Orthodox Christians are particularly observant regarding their faith and often participate in ritualistic fasting during Lent, the 40 days leading up to Easter, as well as other religious celebrations such as Christmas or Easter Day. Moldova is a country with rich cultural heritage and traditions that have shaped the way its people live today. It was once under the rule of the Ottoman Empire, then it became part of Romania for a brief period before finally becoming independent in 1991. The Moldovan culture has been influenced by many surrounding cultures, but it has kept its own unique traditions and customs. Moldova is an agricultural country, with the largest sector contributing to 50% of GDP and employing 70% of the workforce. The country produces wheat, corn, barley, and sunflower seeds for export. The industry sector includes mining, oil refining, metallurgy, engineering, construction materials production, machinery, textiles, clothing finishing, for domestic consumption only, food processing plants such as breweries or bakeries. Moldova has a developed tourism industry based on skiing and spa resorts located in mountainous areas near the border with Romania. Agriculture is the major source of income, accounting for about 1/3 of the country's GDP and employing nearly 50% of the population. The sector has diversified over time, with vegetables and fruit becoming more important than cereals. Moldova is one of Europe's top producers of peaches, plums, cherries, and apples. Grapes are grown in smaller quantities. The government has made efforts to promote private investment through tax breaks on agrochemical production from chemical companies based in Eastern Europe. However, this policy has limited impact given that most chemicals are produced by large multinational corporations headquartered elsewhere, especially Russia. Moldova is a member of the World Trade Organization, WTO, since 2001, and has signed free trade agreements with the EU, CIS countries, EFTA, Turkey, and other countries. The EU is Moldova's biggest trading partner. It accounts for about 70% of Moldovan exports. Moldova imports goods from Germany, Italy, and Turkey. Its main exports include agricultural products such as wine vineyards, textiles such as cotton fabrics, chemicals like potassium chloride used in fertilizer production, machinery parts made from stainless steel or aluminium alloys. Moldova has made significant progress in reducing poverty and promoting inclusive growth since the early 2000s. Moldova has been affected by severe economic downturns in recent years despite sound fundamentals. Moldova is one of the most welcoming countries in the world. The people here treat you like family and are very warm. Even if you don't have much money or resources, you will find a place for yourself in this country, so don't feel afraid to come visit.